What happened to music? Music for the longest time was a way for an artist to express themselves and their life experiences which would relate to other people. This included themes such as heartbreak, love, loss, friendship, and family. This gave the artist the ability to be authentic and original. That's what made music so great. Originality. I sort of had an epiphany when I was scrolling on TikTok and being an NPC when I came across this video. And the caption was, if you've listened to these songs when they came out, you know you've had a great time. And all it was just a mashup of songs from the mid to early 2000s. And I just thought in that moment when I was listening to that video, that TikTok, I was like, wow, songs really did hit different back in the day. They really did. They really have some really strong memories there. There's some good moments there, some highlights that I can remember from listening just the little snippets of those songs. And I had this feeling of realization that was just so intense because it was true. Older music had better memories. You know, any song before 2020 was dynamite. It was great. It was better than what it is now. And I know some of you younger generations will say, well, oh, the new Juice WRLD album was great. Yeah, right. You now guys are saying that you guys prefer the older albums. What does that tell you? That older music has better memories. Older music is better. That just had more passion. It had more love in it. Had more enthusiasm. Had more creativity. I even saw today on Spotify Wrapped, where it's basically a sum up of your most popular songs and artists that you've listened to that year. I saw people posting it. Lots of people posting on social media, and majority of people's favorite popular artists and musicians and songs are older music. And that's a big metric to go by because Spotify Wrapped, a lot of people use Spotify, and that's the analytics that pick up what songs and that you listen to. And I was amazed by that. I was like, wow, still, a lot of people in my generation preferably listen to older music. I did an experiment, and you can do it too, where you listen to mainstream radio, and you probably were gonna want to bash your head against the wall, but trust me, you'll understand why. You'll notice that the top hits on mainstream radio are just remixes and rip-off versions of older songs. It's almost like these new artists are trying to recreate that special moment that older music did, where it bring older and new generations together in a public setting or a social event, which would create memories. This would create memories because both you and the previous generation can both agree that it's good music and you can bond off it. There's one thing missing from these new remix songs, these new hits. Originality. Alright, enough of my chicken talk. Let's segue for a second. What the hell happened to guitar solos in songs? Some of the best songs ever created had guitar solos in it. You know, if you look at the biggest bands to ever step foot on the big stage, such as AC/DC, Guns N' Roses, Metallica, they all had iconic guitar solos. Heck, even to this day, people are rocking t-shirts with their favorite bands on it, aka older music, better music, superior music. Hell, even people to this day will go watch these old bands perform live even though they're way past their prime. Welcome to the jungle! We got fun games! But that shows the connection people have to that music. Older music allows you to relate and connect to the previous generation. It allows old and new generations to connect, reminisce, and create new memories via listening to that music. So now when you listen to that older song, it's not just about how good that music is or how good that song is or that note or that specific guitar solo. It also has now a memory attached to it. So when you're listening to the song, it's not just you listening to the song. You're now also remembering that great memory you had listening to the music. It creates a strong and emotional attachment to that song, which then allows the music to live through many, many generations. And it keeps getting passed through future generations. That leaves a legacy for not just yourself, but also the artist. The artist will live on forever until we all disappear one day. So the question is, why does older music hit different? My opinion, older music has relatability, passion, and love. New artists clearly just lack creativity. They much prefer to just mash up a remix through the label company and get a paycheck, rather than creating something original, rather than creating a legacy. This now sets a new standard for the music industry. This has now pushed people to listen to older music on repeat. And let's be real, that says something. We now sort of know where the music industry is now going. And let's keep it 1,000. This gives credit to the previous generation of artists, them prioritizing expressing themselves and their passions and their messaging in their music, rather than just some repetition copycat remixes that have catchy beats over the top of it. Older music is supreme. That's the truth, and that's my takeaway. Now, you guys may agree or disagree, but one thing is for sure, everyone out there is still listening to older music, probably more than newer music.